Almost every tool or operation that we perform in AutoCAD involves selecting objects. It's a very important fundamental skill and one that we want to take the time to master. I've drawn some graphics that I'll use to demonstrate the three methods of object selection. The first method is direct picking. I simply place my cursor on the object I would like to select and left click, and you can see that now that line segment is selected. We can identify that by the dashed line type or ghosted line type that is now shown on screen, and you can also see that the object grips are enabled. To deselect that object, I'll hit the escape key, and we'll just look at it again. I'll pick on some objects and you can see that they are now selected, and again the escape key will deselect that object set. Now we'll look at it with an active command, and I'll use the erase command to demonstrate this. I select the erase tool, and you'll notice that at the command prompt it now says select objects, a prompt that we'll see often in AutoCAD. And now our cursor has turned to the square pick box that you see on screen. I simply hover that over the object I'd like to select, left click, and hit enter, and it performs the operation. Hitting enter always tells AutoCAD that I'm done selecting objects, or that I've completed my selection set, as we would refer to it. I'll use my undo key and get back to where I first was. So that demonstrates direct picking. And now we'll take a look at what we refer to as a right encompassing window. What that means is I'll take my pick box. I have the erase command started. It's asking me to select objects. I'll take my pick box and left click to the lower left of my graphics, and I drag that box to the right. And that's why we would call it a right encompassing box, because I'm dragging from the left to the right. And you'll notice that it's shaded in blue. That tells me that I am using the right encompassing box. And the way this works is it selects only the objects that are fully encompassed inside of this selection box. In this case, it would be this short horizontal line and the two vertical lines. All the rest of the objects on screen are not entirely inside of that blue box, so when I left click, they will not be selected. I left click, and we can see now that these three lines are ghosted out, indicating that they're selected. And when I hit the enter key to confirm that I'm done selecting objects, it performs the operation. Again, we'll undo. And we'll look at this one more time with the right encompassing window. This time, not only the three line segments are encompassed in the window, you can see that the circle is also fully inside that window. So it selected the three lines, the circle, and then I performed the erase operation. Again, we'll utilize the erase command to demonstrate a left crossing window. I'll pick to the lower right side of my graphics, and I drag that window to the left, and you can see this time it's filled in green, indicating that we are using a left crossing window. And the way this one works is it will select any objects that it's touching in any way. So in this example, it will not only select the three smaller lines and the circle from our previous right crossing example, it will select the large vertical and horizontal lines because it's crossing them or touching them. I'll left click, and you can see that all objects are ghosted out, indicating that they were all selected. I'll hit enter, and it performs the operation on the selected objects. Again, a left crossing window. I start to the lower right, left click, drag to the left, and this time it'll select the three small lines and the circle, because that's what was being crossed or touched by that window. Enter, and that performs the operation. An additional thing that I'll point out here is using select all, and to demonstrate that I'll start the erase command, and you can see that at the command prompt it's asking us to select objects. Rather than picking on anything, I'll type all at the command prompt and hit enter, and you'll notice that all the objects on screen were selected, and we can tell that again because they're grayed out. So this is a method that we can use, obviously, if we want to perform an operation on all the graphics within a drawing. At select objects, we type all, hit enter, and you can see that all the objects had the erase command performed on them. If you're getting this when you're attempting to select objects, it's because you're holding the left mouse button down rather than just left clicking. This is based on an AutoCAD selection method called fence, which allows you, it'll select anything that this touches. So if this is not what you want, then remember that you need to just do a quick left click, and that's what will activate these selection windows. That concludes this lesson on selecting objects. Watch this video as many times as needed to master the content, and we'll see you in the CAD lab.